Hello guys, what's up? My name is Hollow, and happy Halloween. Today we are going to be messing around in CAS, and we're actually bringing back the Sims I made last year for Halloween, and someone extra, because last year what I did is basically I chose one of every occult, and I made one of every occult. That's really it. So we're gonna bring them back in, but we've gotten a new occult since then, which is werewolves. So I'm gonna bring in a werewolf as well. Now these guys are gonna be missing some stuff because these guys were made with my old CC, so they're gonna look a little different, but that's fine because we're gonna rearrange them this time anyways. So the other person we're gonna do is a werewolf. Now these two, I did actually make a video on these guys, but I didn't have time to edit it for you guys, so you guys never actually saw the video where I made these guys, but they are up on my channel. I made it like right after werewolves came out, so there are like these two werewolves here. We're gonna pull her out because I think she's the cooler one. Oh no, I just replaced the whole family. I wasn't thinking. Oh no. Hold on, I will get them back, and then we're just gonna jump straight into the time lapse and start working on them. And just so you guys know, I have no plans for this. I'm just gonna go and see what I can come up with. I'm just gonna go through all my CC and see what is the coolest, creepiest sort of people I can make with what I have. So let's see how it goes. All right, so as a precursor to everything, I already said it, but I had no plan going into this. I really didn't know what I wanted to do, and like I'm still very limited in my CC. Like those of you who don't use a lot of CC are probably like, what? You have so much. But no, this is nothing. This is literally nothing. And it was so hard to do this because it was so limited. Like I had so little that I could actually use. So it was hard to actually pull these together. So they're kind of weird. Like they're not really a theme. And it's kind of funny because like I actually asked my friend before I started. I was like, hey guys, what should I do? Like, I didn't say that. I came to my friends and I was like, can you guys give me some concepts for characters I could make, like try to make in Sims, basically. Like I wanted them to tell me like the creepiest, coolest sort of ideas they had, and then I'd try to make somebody that fit that, right? But my one friend, she gave me like 3 concepts right off the bat, and I was like, they were all great and everything, but I was like, I can't make these with what I have right now. And I was like, well, I can't spend the whole day CC shopping to try to find this stuff. Like I have other stuff to do. So you know what, I'm just gonna go for something else. So sorry Kiana, you came up with ideas for me, but I didn't really follow them. But anyways, so I'm working on these, and basically it's just what happened. Like there was no plan going into any of them. It was just I started looking through stuff and I was like, okay, maybe I could go for this. And this, like, I went with like the first idea I got. Like I saw something and I was like, that works for them, I'm gonna go with that. And that was it. So for Nikita here, our werewolf, basically what I ended up doing was making her sort of like, I guess you could say a thug. Like she's somebody who gets in like fights and stuff, and like she goes out and she fights people, kills people, whatever, for her job or whatever. But the idea is like she got beat up pretty bad in this last fight, and like because she's a werewolf, she's like getting ready to turn because she's like, oh fuck this, you guys hit me one too many times, I'm done now. And so she's about to like transform. That's basically the idea. So she's pretty like rough and beaten up, and she's like just on the verge of transforming, which you'll start to see once I do her eyes and stuff like that. But yeah, it was really fun. Like it wasn't at all something I was like expecting to do when I came into it, but I actually really like it, and I think she looks really cool. Very scary, but like still pretty cool. So I like her a lot. I like the way she ultimately turned out. But like again, I felt so limited. There was so much I didn't know what I wanted to do. So it was really hard to get it together. But like I think she turned out. I think Nikita looks pretty cool. So this is how she came out finally. And I really like her. I think she's pretty cool looking. Next we moved into Lex. Lex was my alien, and I wasn't thinking when I made him, because like my automatic instinct is to work on the disguise, right? Because like they used to on the Sims gallery, their disguise used to be what showed up on the gallery, not their alien form. So that's what I'm used to doing, is like making the disguise all perfect and everything, right? But then like I was having issues later on, so I ended up saving the file and then closing the game and stuff. And when I saved them and I saw the save file, he popped up in his alien form, and I was like, oh shit, great, I have to fix that now. So I had to go back in and like change it. So like I still have this whole thing worked up on his sim form, but I had to try to replicate it on his alien form. But because certain things aren't listed for aliens, some of that's missing. So I mean I am gonna put these guys up on the gallery, and I might do a CC file. Well, I mean I won't do a CC file. I might do like a CC list in this video. I don't know. we'll see. We'll see how lazy I am today. But we'll get whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna post them. So if you end up posting him and he looks different between his alien and his sim form, that's why. It just, some of the stuff just doesn't correlate between forms. But yeah, basically he's just a cool looking alien dude. I just used some of my cooler stuff and tried to make him look interesting. But I did, for his outfit, I just chose like a Korean traditional dress because it's like the closest thing I wanted him to have something like cool and ethereal, sort of like dark ethereal, but I didn't really have anything like that, so I just went with this like Korean period outfit, and I was like, you know what, we're just gonna go with it. So yeah, there's that. So that's how Lex turned out, and I still think he's really cool. I really like him a lot. It's just like so random. He's just like all this weird alien stuff and then Korean dress, and I was just like, oh, okay, that's a thing. But anyways, we're on to Mateo. He is our vampire. Mateo probably has well, I wouldn't say the weakest cons. He's probably the like bottom tier. There's like the last three are all pretty bad in my opinion. Like the first two I think were pretty strong, but the last three are all just like I really didn't know what I wanted to do. So Mateo, I wanted to use the skin for like forever since I downloaded it, and I was like, screw it, I'm gonna put it on Mateo because, you know, vampires and crosses and all that stuff. So I was just like, screw it, there we go. But yeah, I didn't have a very strong idea of what I wanted to do with him, and it really shows. And like, because like when I started working on his outfit, I didn't know what I wanted. Like none of my stuff seemed to like get the vibe that I wanted for him, and it's just like, I don't know. So he's sort of just thrown together. Like I think, like ultimately I think he ended up looking pretty good. It's just like I didn't have a concept for it, so it feels like a failure. But you know, it is what it is. But like Mateo's alright. But yeah, I just sort of like, for him again, it was sort of like an assassin thing, but like, so sort of like Nikita, except not thug assassin. He's like actual like sneak into your house and silently kill you assassin. So yeah, but yeah. I didn't really have much going on with him, and like I struggled with it a little bit. But like for all these people, I tried to keep like something that reminded me of their original person. Like for Nikita, I got her hair that's similar to her regular hair. For Mateo, I tried to do the same thing, but I didn't really have any locks in my game. I really only had one that had locks. I only had like one hairstyle that's locks, so I ended up putting that on him, and it looks pretty good, but it's not really Mateo. But you know, I don't know. All together, I think he looks alright. Like, I'm okay with it. Not super happy, but okay with it. He looks kind of cool. But yeah, and then next we moved into Talia, who is by far my least favorite out of all of these, because I had so much trouble with her. Like, her skin details kept turning off. I don't know why. Like, I would switch between things and they were in completely different sections, so you should be able to overlap them, but they would just turn each other off. And like, they still glue up, like highlighted in green as if you were using them, but they weren't showing up. And it was just like, you would turn one on and then it's just like, it was a mess. It was so hard to deal with. And so like, I couldn't actually work on her and make her look the way I wanted because she just wasn't working. Plus the skin I ended up using for her, I think it needs to be updated. There's like some weirdness to it. But I just, you know, it's just, I don't know, I didn't really like it. And then I was so fed up with her, I didn't feel like actually trying to do anything really good with her. And so like, I put a couple things that I thought were kind of cool, but then like ultimately she just sort of fell apart for me. I didn't really like her. But like, I don't know, she just made me so mad because she wasn't working. And like, you've probably seen it. Her skin details just turned off, and it's just like, I don't know what to do. And like, there were a couple times I went back and forth and tried to turn them back on and stuff like that. And like, I even checked with the other people, like switched to the other people and saw, like, I was trying out their skin details, seeing if that worked, and like it would work on them. But then like, just like now, I put the skin detail back on, moved back, changed something, and it instantly came off. And it was just like, why? I don't know. And it didn't happen with anybody else. I restarted the game twice to see if I could get it to fix, and it didn't. So I don't know what's wrong with Talia. She just does not do skin details well. So I don't know what her problem is, but she made me mad. So she's there. She's just there. I don't really care. But like, I wanted her to be like this really cool like mermaid thing, and like I saw something somewhere in my CC that I thought would be really cool for her, but I couldn't find it again when I actually got into making her. Like, I saw it when I was working on someone else. I don't remember. But like, it was very oceany, right? And I wanted to use that instead of like the big circle thing behind her. but I couldn't figure it out, so it was all a mess. But like, yeah, Talia's my least favorite in this. Like, she's okay, but I'm not happy with her. I'm really not very happy with her. But yeah, the thing that made me so upset is because like with all these people, I feel like their outfits are sort of low par. Like, I didn't do very good on their outfits just because I was so limited. But like, I feel like their faces came together and their faces look really good, really solid, right? But with Talia, I couldn't do her skin details, so her face doesn't look as good as I want it to. And it makes me so mad because I couldn't do everything I wanted to do with her face. So it's just like, ugh, whatever. But yeah, that's Talia. And our last one is Aubrey. So little Aubrey, I still love Aubrey. I think she's so freaking cute. She's just so adorable and soft looking. I love her. But for her, I just sort of played up her elfiness. Because like, when I originally made her, I made her to look like a little elf, sort of like cottagecore elfy sort of vibe. But with this one, I made her more like mystical in the forest elf, whatever. So, but she's also like much more naked in this one. Because like her original outfit, she's wearing like long sleeve shirt and like a skirt and stockings, and then this one she's in like full bikini. But it was because like I didn't have anything. Like, again, I was so limited. I didn't have anything that was like ethereal fairy, and it just like the other stuff I had that was like all leaves and stuff didn't really work for her, and it was all just not what I wanted. So yeah, it's just, they're interesting. Like, I like these guys, and they were fun to make. They were a lot of fun, and it was a really interesting challenge to try to make these guys with such a limited like collection of CC. But yeah, I don't know, like, they're there. Like, there's some interesting points to them, but a lot of the time I just feel like these guys are a little disappointing to me. But I did have fun with them, and it was like sort of a fun activity to do before Halloween. But yeah, I just wanted to get you guys a video out for Halloween since I haven't done any sim stuff in a while and haven't really been making videos super often. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys have a great Halloween, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!